they attacked and they did aggression on Meiteis, and they started burning houses, attacking on women, and women were raped. 1 to 20 police top officers, you check the list, who are the top? All the KUKIs, out of 20, only 2 Meiteis are there. 1 from non-Manipuri and 1 from Naga, and the 16 are from KUKI, BGP, IGP, all first 2, 3, 4, 5. We are not saying that all the KUKIs are foreigner, and we cannot say, we will not say, because KUKI are also part of the Manipuri society, like India.
In this point, they bring the point of Arambai Tengol, that this is the organization which is equipped with the arms and was initiating violence on KUKIs. Army complained to Editors Guild of India about the media role in Manipur. And response of that, Editor Guilds of India sent it, they reported, and there was an incident happened on 2nd September. What was that? India Today reporter was attacked in a hotel by Meitei in Imphal. So what was that? Is it hills versus plains, or tribals versus non-tribals, or Hindu versus Christian?
Continue.
There was an audio clip of N. Biren Singh, in which there is accusation that he accepted that there will be violence against the KUKIs, and he wanted to wipe out, backed by him.
But at that time, the Assam Rifle did not fire a single bullet. For 5 days, KUKI militant
नमस्कार दोस्तों, जैसा कि हमने आपसे वादा किया था कि हम एक सीरीज बनाएंगे मणिपुर पे, जिसपे मणिपुर से रिलेटेड अलग अलग पहलुओं पे हम चर्चा करने की कोशिश करेंगे। पहले मैंने आपको इंफॉर्मेशन दी कि 3 मई 2023 को एग्जैक्टली क्या हुआ था। उसके बाद मैंने आपको मिलवाया एक कुकी स्टूडेंट लीडर से, जिन्होंने कुकी साइड की स्टोरी हमें बताई। इसी सीरीज में अब हम आ गए हैं मिस्टर सीराम रोजेश सर से मिलने, जो मेतई कम्युनिटी से हैं, दिल्ली में काफी टाइम से हैं और कुछ मेतई ऑर्गेनाइजेशन से जुड़े हुए हैं। तो आइए स्टार्ट करते हैं, उनसे बात करते हैं और जानने की कोशिश करते हैं कि एग्जैक्टली इशू है क्या। उसके बाद हमारे पास कुछ सवाल हैं, हम उनसे अपने सवाल भी पूछेंगे। हेलो सर।
हाँ, बताइए।
प्लीज, अगर आप यू कैन गिव अ स्मॉल इंट्रोडक्शन अबाउट यू टू आवर व्यूअर्स।
Okay. We are a group of the Meitei Civil Society group, and we form a committee called Delhi Meitei Coordinating Committee. And there was no any such organization in the name of Meitei, because we all belong to Manipur and we all work for Manipur. But since 3rd May 2023, after the Meiteis were first attacked by the KUKI armed groups, and then the security forces were just like standing as a spectator. They did not intervene. And in Champur, in Iko, and in More, in 3 districts, KUKI armed groups and supported by the KUKI mobs, they attacked and they did aggression on Meiteis, and they started burning houses, attacking on women, and women were raped, and then the old men were beaten off, and then the photographs have been released on that particular day. And then in evening, on the 3rd evening, after, as a part of the counter attack, the Meitei also responded in the Central Valley. So that is how the problem was started. And it is like the terrorist organization from Jammu, from Pakistan attack in Pahalgam attack, and India retaliated as in a similar way. The KUKI armed groups with holding AK-47 rifles, the last number of armed groups were coming out openly with the thousands of people, and they started attacking in the Torvung area, in the Meitei minority, which were the majority are the KUKI majority area. That is how the problem was started.
As I said, security forces did not respond on the day of the event. Okay. So why it is so?
No, that is why we are saying that the Meitei were so helpless. The Assam Rifles, the BSF, many of the Assam Rifle camps are there in More and in Champur. But when the Meitei houses were attacked from around 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, the Assam Rifle State Police forces did not intervene and did not try to stop the violence. So that is how we are saying that the state was the Manipur police and the security forces, they're completely like there were no state, there were no police, there were no army to protect the Meitei
Why
armed
this
groups.
is?
This is how we.
You have the CM is also from Meitei community. That is what I know. And Viren Singh
Yeah,
is from Meitei community, and he was in the power when this happened.
right.
So why did not police react it?
Look, we you cannot look whether who is a Meitei or Naga, because Manipur is a multicultural
Police is in
society
direct control of chief minister.
of the minister, and DGP is a
So
KUKI.
why did not they?
No, that
responded?
they have to answer this question. They have to answer why the Assam Rifle did not respond, why the Indian Army did not respond. The 57 Mountain Division was there in the nearby Imphal.
It's been more than 2 years. I'm sure
Yeah,
this
right.
question has been asked from them. So what was their response?
No, we don't get that response. But our concern is that why the state fell completely when the Meitei were being attacked from the 3rd May. From the 4th May, many armed forces were deployed from the central government. So from the 4th and 5th, many forces were actually drove from by air to Manipur, and the thousands of armed forces were deployed or were airlifted, but they did not intervene again. So that is how we feel that there is some kinds of conspiracy in this conflict, because the
In the
state,
government level.
at the government level, and especially the central government. Because why we are saying is that the one side of the armed groups were directly talking with the government of India under the suspension of operation. The KUKI armed militant, they are not rebels. They have been talks with the government of India and the state government under the name of suspension operation. So all the cadres were given 6,000 rupees stipend. That means they are part of the state forces. They are part of the Indian military forces.
From government.
From the government, yeah. They are called suspension operation. So no media talk about this relationship. Who are these KUKI militants?
As per my information, you are talking about the people who were indulged in militancy before this government, and the government agreed them to surrender their weapons.
No, like every people in this country should know what is suspension operation.
Okay.
Suspension operation is an agreement between the government of India, government of Manipur, and the KUKI armed groups. Only KUKI armed groups. There are around 27 KUKI militants organized in 2 umbrella. One is KNO and one is another 2 umbrella. So there are 27 militant organizations. They have been under the suspension operation. They are getting salary from the central government and state government. It started from 2008 onwards. 2008 onwards, and they are supposed to stay in the designated camp. They cannot go here and there with arms and ammunition, and they cannot indulge in any violence activities. They cannot do any extortion in the road. But in the last 17 years, central government have completely, not taking care of these armed groups. They are completely allowed to do whatever they want. They are doing extortion, and many of these KUKI armed groups camps nearby all these poppy plantations are also happening. That means that there are KUKI armed groups, there are Assam Rifle camp, and the poppy plantations are there.
Will come on the populated.
So this is how these KUKI armed groups are the architecture of this violence. Like
and
when
other
they
criminal activities, you are saying they are
indulging in activity.
All kind of criminal activities.
But unfortunately, despite realizing by the government and by the people of Manipur, and particularly the Meitei community, saying that KUKI armed groups are not the militant, they are under some kind of protection of the central government, and they are indulging the violence against the Meitei, a particular community, then they should be caught. There should be some kind of action, some kind of accountability action to be taken. But government have not taken any action against them, because they are rather taking action. They said that they are under suspension operation, so they cannot be punished, they cannot be caught, they cannot be taken any action, because they have some kind of relation with the central government. That is why whenever KUKI armed group attack the Meitei villages, security forces, they are saying that we cannot do anything, because they cannot do action against the KUKI armed groups, because central government, they don't get any order from the central government. So that is how the nexus is happening. So these militant groups are not happening because of the conflict. These militant groups are actually brought some kind of relationship with the central government. So that is why we now, after 2 years of violence, now we realize that the central government are not willing to take action against the KUKI armed group because of certain agenda, certain conspiracy or geopolitics.
What that could be?
Like now many of the experts in Manipur, they are saying that government of India wanted to do implement the Kaladan project. Now recently one minister have said that in 2027 Kaladan project will be completed.
What is the
Kaladan project is some kind of road connectivity trying to connect from Mizoram and through the some territories of Burma. And in that territory they are taking some kind of favor from the KUKI militant rebel group in the Burmese area. So what their politics is, if they take action against the KUKI militant, then they cannot do project in the Burmese territory. So in order to implement that Kaladan project, they are indirectly supporting to the KUKI armed groups. So whenever KUKI armed groups are doing violence against the Meitei community, they are watching as a spectator.
You are trying to connect the KUKI militants of Myanmar with KUKI militants of Manipur.
Yeah.
So you are saying they are connected.
They are connected, and government cannot take any action against them because government perceives that if they take action against the KUKI arm,
Manipur,
then their project will be affected in Burma. And because of this relationship, the Meitei are becoming a scapegoat for their own ambition, for their own national ambition. Meitei are suffering. So this conflict is, we cannot see that this is within the two communities, the KUKIs and Meitei. As historically speaking, there is no conflict between the KUKIs and the Meitei, at least in the history of history. It is the conflict between the KUKI armed groups who wanted to make their own independent KUKI land, KUKI independent country from India. Initially, they wanted a union territory, and after they get union territory, they wanted to form a united KUKI land. This is independent from Burma, from Bangladesh and from India, and they wanted to make a big country. But India doesn't see this reality, and now that is why India doesn't take any action against them.
I asked this question from the KSO leader.
Yeah.
So he just responded that this is all controversy and we don't have such an agenda.
No, how will they admit that? Then why we are saying is because the Indian state has completely failed to restore rule of law in Manipur. But it is not that India cannot restore rule of law in Manipur. Look at what happened in Pahalgam attack. After the Pahalgam attack, all the united forces united, all the political party forces, and they faced even the other Pakistan also. They bombed because they said that there is no compromise on the Indian territory and there is no compromise on terrorism. But in the case of Manipur, that kind of stand was never taken by the central government. There is no unified action by the Indian army. There is no unified action by the central security forces. They were watching.
If Indian army today attacks on Myanmar or some KUKI militant groups, would you say that this is the response of what happened on 3rd May 2023?
No, that is not what I'm saying. What we are saying is that as a state, what is the role of the state? Role of the state is to maintain rule of law, security of the public, and to take action against anyone who is actually indulged in violence or unlawful armed ammunitions in their hand. But the government is completely allowing in the name of suspension operation. They are not monitoring the suspension operation. They are not doing nothing. That is why if it seems like the government is actually saying that, okay, you fight them among them, and whoever wins, then they will do business with the winner, either KUKI or Meitei. So this is not the way it's supposed to be done. Is there any precedent in India that after the communal violence happened, you actually created some kind of buffer zone in any part of India? Like there was a Gujarat riot. Muslims and Hindus, there were more than 2,000 Hindus were killed. Many Hindus were massacred, right? But there was, after the violence happened, Indian army intervened. Then within 7 days of violence, the violence was controlled. And then India government never tried to create any partition between the Hindus and Muslims. But in case of Manipur, what happened? After the KUKI armed group attacked the Meitei, and then they are creating some kind of imaginary ground, and they said that Meitei cannot go this area, KUKI cannot go this area. So this is a design by the government of India to divide Manipur into the ethnic line. So this is without this kind of divisive design, KUKI militant cannot roam around in Manipur here and there. But there is no rule of law in the hills. But rule of law is only enforcing in the hill, in the valley, central valley area. After 2 years of violence, after the imposition of central rule, what happened in Manipur? Whatever rules are applied only in the central valley, in the hills, still KUKI militants are roaming around with all AK-47 rifle, LMGs and other.
KUKI people say that this, whatever militancy is there from the KUKI side, is a result of operation from Meiteis on KUKIs. They feel oppressed. They don't have education. They say that we don't have any employment. We live on hill area, and government totally just ignore us. They don't provide us any kind of facilities. And Meitei people enjoy everything. They are educated. They have all the resources.
I'm so happy you asked this question because this is how they misinform the people of using the victimhood card. Like we are tribal and we are not educated. Let me tell you about the facts. In Manipur is a hill state.
Okay.
And out of 100% of the land, only 100, only 8% of the land belong to the Central Valley. And 92% are the hill areas.
Okay.
And in these hill areas, the government have a policies of the like a tribal and non-tribal.
Okay.
That is also discriminatory. The tribal can buy land in the Central Valley, and many of the land have been bought by them.
Okay.
But the Meitei cannot settle in that thing. So once in the valley, once they bought land, it is permanently for the tribal.
Because other
Meitei cannot rebuy that land.
Okay.
But in the hills, you cannot buy because of there is no individual ownership in the land. It's within the community. So that is one, because land belongs to them. Even though Meitei lives for the last 5,000 years, even 6,000 years as origin inhabitants, we cannot access our own land because of the discriminatory law of India in Manipur. That is the historical injustice done on Meitei. For example, I will give an example. There is no any such law in Himachal Pradesh that Himachal Pradesh is in Rajputs and the Hindus and the scheduled caste, scheduled general are there. Only 3% are scheduled tribe. But all the people, 97% of population live in the hills. But why the Meitei is not allowed in that sense? It's an injustice. It is actually we are not accessible to our own land, which live for 1,000 years. That is one. Number two. Number two, in terms of education, like the KUKI population may be around 10%, real in terms of without the unaccountable numbers. But who controls the bureaucracy in the last 50 years? The KUKI. In the police, from 1 to 20 top, the KUKIs are around 17 people, and Meitei are only 2 people. There are 2 from the non-Manipuri and 1 from Naga. That means even the Meitei population is around 50%, but in the bureaucracy, the KUKI are dominating from top to 20. It's not only for 1 year, 2 years, it's for almost last 50 years. They are in Central Civil Service Secretariat. All the secretariat are controlled by the KUKIs. Forget about the state administration. In central government offices, look how many KUKIs are there. Because of the tribal status, they control they are almost
are there, but are Meiteis not there?
No.
Okay.
That is why in 1 to 20 police top officers, you check the list who are the top. All the KUKIs, out of 20, only 2 Meiteis are there. one from non-Manipuri and one from Naga, and the 16 are from KUKI, DGP, IGP, all first 2, 3, 4, 5. So that means they control the bureaucracy. They control the whole civil secretariat office. They not only that, even in prime minister office, even in the all the finance offices, secretary is a KUKI. Then how can you say that your rights are denied by the Meitei? You are the top, you are the ruler, bureaucratical. How can they say that? They are giving misinformation. What they are thinking is that they have already controlled the bureaucracy and they have already controlled the land resources, and only they wanted to control the political power. But political representatives are based on the population. And in order to get that political power, they wanted to import people from other, so that they are getting political power also. And the KUKIs are newly migrant people. I'm not saying they are illegal. Newly migrant people.
How newly?
Maybe around 300 years maximum. Maximum 300 years.
Okay.
And they were allowed to settle by the king, by the Manipur kingdom.
Okay.
And then that is how the Nagas also, the Nagas have lived for 4,000 years. The Nagas and Meitei living together, but KUKIs are actually brought by the British. By British.
Okay.
Just to make a buffer between the communities.
Okay.
So they are the, what do you say, a tribe which migrated from one place to other. They don't have settled in one area.
Meitei people consider them as Indian nationals or outsiders?
Look, Manipur, Meitei live in Manipur for 1,000 years. So when Manipur become part of India, then Meitei also become part of India.
Okay, and for KUKIs, Meitei people understand KUKIs are Indian nationals, or they feel that they are foreigners?
No, in fact, we are not saying that all the KUKIs are foreigner. All the KUKIs are new people. We don't say that. Because Manipur is a multicultural society.
Okay.
There are KUKIs, and we also say that whoever KUKIs...
Why I ask this?
I will continue your question. The Manipur is a multicultural society. There are KUKIs, there are Nagas, there are Muslims, there are Bamons, there are also Manipuri who are migrated from the mainland India in 100 years, 200 years, 300 years. So they have become part of the Manipuri identity. So Manipur is not only Meitei identity. KUKI is also part of that identity. And the KUKI who live in Manipur before 1951, they are citizens of Manipur. They are citizens of. So what we are saying is that when the two nation theories are there, Pakistan and India, many Sikhs, Punjabis who live in Punjab, after the partition, many Punjabi Sikhs are there in Pakistan, but they are Pakistanis. They are not Indians, right? Okay. We cannot say that they are Sikhs, they are Sardars, they are the same origin. All the Pakistanis should be allowed to settle in India. That means that means you are not recognizing India as a nation. If you recognize India as a nation, then you have to recognize India as a country. And whoever, because it's a territorial nationalism also. Like the Bangladesh. The Bangladesh, the Muslim, they are now foreign country. You cannot reclaim that all the Bangladeshis, Muslims are also Indian, because they are same speaking the Bengali. In a similar way, the KUKIs are saying that the KUKI people who live in Burma, they are also same people. They should be allowed whatever they want to do it. They should not impose any kind of legality. They should not impose any kind of law on them. That is wrong. It is not acceptable. What we are saying is that whether you are KUKI or Naga or Meitei, whoever lives before 1951, they are all Manipuri. Got it? But whoever comes after 1951, they are foreigners. That means we are saying it should be identified.
So they are still not got identified.
That is the role of the government. There is a state government, because there are unaccountable villages are there. There are unaccountable peoples are there, because there is a unchecked populations are there in Manipur. So what we are saying is that it should be checked, it should be monitored, and whoever comes from foreign countries should be identified. We are not saying that all the KUKIs are foreigner, and we cannot say, we will not say, because KUKI are also part of the Manipuri society, like India. So we have not said, but what KUKIs, elite politics are saying that the KUKI live in other countries, they speak the same language, same culture, so whatever they want, they will do. In Manipur Hills area, it is reserved for the tribal, and whoever comes from Burma, they will get Aadhaar card, they will get the nationality card, and they will get the scheduled tribe, and they will do all kind of government offices, and then Meitei will be restricted because we are not a tribe, and this is injustice on the Meitei. That is what we are saying. But having said that, what the problem is not because of that. The problem is that the KUKI elite politics, they have a dream of making an own independent country from India. But now they cannot make all of them in one shot. What they think is that they will get separate administration or UT, only KUKI land, and whoever Meitei and Naga will be completely ethnic cleansed. That is why they have an imagination of a land, and the Meitei who live in Chochampur, they are living from 100 years. So that is why they started cleansing of the Meiteis from More, from Chochampur, from Eco, so that they can claim that all the hill territory are only for them. So this is the kind of the exclusive politics which cannot be accepted in India.
They claim that the violence happened on 3rd May was planned by Meiteis, and one of the argument was that the Meitei population living in KUKI dominated area did left on the 3rd before the all violence. So it was planned and they were not there in their houses.
Then how can they attack? Thousands of people, houses are burned down. They never said, because this is how they're lying. That's why still the government, they have formed a committee to investigate. Still that Supreme Court appointed committee have not brought the committee report so far, and still they are keeping under the carpet. But let me ask you one big question. The attack happened in the KUKI dominated area on the Meiteis. Then will the minority attack the majority? If the attack happened in Imphal, the Imphal is the KUKI pockets, and if the Meitei attack the KUKI, then we can justify that. Yes, we will not believe that KUKI coming attack on the Meitei in the Imphal state. But when the problem was started in More, in Chochampur and Eco, these are the small minority villages of the Meitei. When they attack, then they run away. Then after seeing those photographs and videos, Meitei also retaliate. They have to retaliate because they are also a community. They are not a dead community. If you are thinking that in Andhra Pradesh, in the demand of Telangana, if the Telangana people started killing of the Andhra people, what will happen in Hyderabad? Tell me, what will happen? If their demand is to for a separate administration or UT, they can demand with the state, they can demand with the government with a peaceful manner. But why they attack the Meitei?
In this point, they bring the point of Arambai Tengol, that this is the organization which is equipped with the arms and was initiating violence on KUKIs, and then KUKIs team, those people you said, they retaliated with the arms. First, Arambai Tengol started this, and then in response.
In what place? You have to ask them. Where Arambai Tengol attacked? What place? In what village? Yes, Arambai Tengol responded in the Imphal on the 4th night, on the night of the 3rd, around 7 o'clock. But where violence started, for example, if I will give you an example, on the 3rd May, when the KUKI militant with a move, you will see, I will give you a lot of photographs also with AK-47 uniform army, full combatant, they come and attack the Meitei villages.
But photographs cannot...
It's not a photograph, it's a real witness. It is a real witness. These are there. But when the 3rd May, the KUKI militant attacked, there was no arm with the KUKI Arambai Tengol. Where the arms comes from? They said when the KUKI armed groups openly attacked the Meitei villages and the security forces did not protect the Meitei, what the Meitei supposed to do? Should they die or by receiving the bullets of the KUKI armed group? Because the KUKI armed group are already organized armed group. They are organized, they have already arms. When they come out, when the security forces did not protect the Meitei, what should the Meitei do? The Meitei have to defend themselves. They don't have guns, so they have to loot arms from the state armory. If the attack was not by the armed group, then why should Meitei take arms? That is the crucial point. When the KUKI militants...
In this point, they say that Arambai Tengol has already arms, and they did not have arms, but they were because of the policy which you stated in the starting, that government has a deal with their armed groups that
That's wrong. Completely wrong. They cannot prove it. That is why misinformation and the disinformation cannot do it. For the KUKI militant, they get a stipend from the central government. They got 6,000 rupees for every cadre.
ठीक है.
If you read the history of the KUKI militant, they have the 11 designated camp. But Arambai Tengol as a youth, they was founded in 2020 as a cultural organization to protect the cultural religious places, and they felt that the Meitei religious places have been threatened because of certain things. So they are a group of people. Even on the 3rd May, when the KUKI attacked the Meitei, the Korung Anba, on the 3rd in the evening, he was running after with the bamboo. There was no gun in his hand.
Okay.
We will give you the photograph. On the 3rd May in Torvung area, they are trying to defend with bamboo. But on the other side, the KUKI arms were already there. When they realized that we cannot fight with the KUKI militant without arms, then the armory looting happened in the Pangai area, in many places. So this is like, if the other...
So before that, Arambai Tengol was not equipped with arms.
No arms. You find out, you check it.